Hey guys, this week is kind of going to be a continuation for last week where we talked about lead generation, what it is and what it isn't. And I wanted to add this layer to it. The truth is, you don't need to be buying leads. If you understood that video from last week and you understand that it takes time to convert leads, you will know that buying leads can be a good thing for your business, but at the wrong time, it can also be a bad thing. So in this video, we're going to get into it. Make sure you're subscribed and tuned in. And I always say this, if you find value in any video, make sure you share it out. Let's get into this content. Hey guys, I'm Chizette Cowan, the CEO of Real Estate. I help agents run a systematic and process-driven business that funds, not runs their life. I am always going to talk to you about the business side of your real estate license because there's a back end business. And if you understand fundamentally the things in the background of your business, you will do better in business. So let's get to one truth that this video is anchored upon. The truth about buying leads. I'm just going to be honest with you. You don't need more leads. Lead generation is about lead conversion. You need better skills. You need better understanding of what lead generation is. Most agents have no follow-up plan. They haven't developed the skill set to convert, and they ghost their clients after one follow-up. The truth is, leads don't convert. Follow-up and systems are what convert. If the fortune is in the follow-up, it doesn't matter about the lead. It matters the follow-up. It matters the system. Buying leads is not going to make you more money. It is hustling backwards, especially if you don't know how to convert them. So you're spending money a lot of times, because new agents ask me this all the time. Is there a place for buying leads in real estate? Absolutely. Is when you first get started in real estate the time to be buying leads? No. Here's why. Buying leads before you understand how to convert is like hustling backwards. You're spending money before you've learned consistency, before you've learned systematic follow-up. You haven't even mastered the free leads, which is your referrals, your open house, your sphere of influence, people in your phone. You haven't even mastered the free leads that you have. Now you're stressed and broke and burnt out because now you've opted into a lead source that's costing you $1,000 a month that you can't even convert because you don't understand the system behind it. What I gave you last week, although small, was the outline of an 8x8 system and a 33 system. It's a follow-up system. If you don't have a follow-up system in place, you're not going to convert leads. I don't care how much game you think you have. Real estate rewards consistency. Real estate rewards those that increase their skill set. When you are better at a thing, you can do less of it. So a lot of times people are trying to buy leads because they don't want to take the time, and it takes time to develop your skill set. If I go and dribble a ball today, I'm not going to be great at dribbling the ball today. It's going to take me time to develop that consistency. But before you spend money on leads, you want to make sure you understand systematic follow-up and the system of leads. Buying leads can be lazy business that leads to bigger problems. Paid leads equal a temporary band-aid. What it does is it creates skill atrophy, dependency, and lack of control. When the market shifts, so do lead sources. Without systems, you're stuck. The market has shifted, right? That's why I don't care if you're buying leads, not buying leads. It's hard out here. But if you understand the system, you know how to work it. See, without systems, you're going to be stuck because what you're building is on sand. And instead of it having a scalable foundation, you're at the whim and mercy of whoever you're buying a lead from. So here's what you need to do instead. And I talk about this a lot of times. Learn how to build a business that brings leads to you. That's understanding lead magnets, lead funnels, automated follow-up, creating follow-up systems, understanding sales language, neuro-linguistic programming, what makes people want to buy, organic lead generation. Build an actual business and stop hustling. I had an agent, she was on my team, and literally she spent about $4,000 on leads. She closed one deal from them. She made about $6,000. So here's what I explained to her. All the time you spent running around following with all these leads, you made $6,000. So she said, "Oh, I'm excited about the 6,000." No, ma'am, because you paid out $4,400. So once you pay out $4,400, you have $1,600 left. You paid the brokerage and you paid taxes. Now you're actually in the red, right? If you join my CEO, a real estate inner circle, I'm going to wait till this video releases. I'm actually going to put this and I'll show you the cost of buying leads. You have to understand that somebody has to break that down to you. Make sure you join that community. The link is going to be in the bio and all of my stuff. But you have to understand the cost of buying leads versus the cost of learning organic lead follow-up, lead conversion. Because when you are looking at your business from a CEO perspective, you don't spend money on things that are not profitable. Buying leads at the wrong time will kill your profit, especially in the beginning. You haven't even learned how to convert them. People that are in real estate and they start with buying leads, you haven't even made any money. So you spent money to get a license, you spent money to join a brokerage, get your stuff going, get your signs, all that stuff, get all that stuff, your business card. Now you're actually in the red. And then you want to go and bleed some more by buying leads? No, this is why I teach people how to build a business. I tell people, don't come to me for fish. Come to me when you want to learn how to fish. Buying leads before you develop the skills to convert is like pouring water into a bucket full of holes. It's not going to benefit you. You're spending money, but you're not going to be able to hold anything in. The real challenge is a skill set issue. So if you don't have the skills to convert, you're going to say what I hear everybody say, oh, they're bad leads. There's no such thing as a bad lead. Let me tell you how I know there's no such thing as a bad lead. Because lead is nothing more than information. How can information be good, bad, or indifferent? There's no such thing as bad information. It's just people that don't know what to do with that information because they've never learned how to run a business. Insert the plug to my blueprint program. One of the reasons that I built it like that and I did self-paced modules so that people could slow down, actually take the time to understand the fundamentals of the business that they are in. And most brokerages just not teaching this. They're teaching you how to sell, but that's like teaching me how to run before I learn how to walk. I've got to crawl first, then I walk, then I run. When you're running a business, like if you were to, and I talk about systematic growth, so you may start a team. Once you start a team, you're probably going to have to buy leads. But that is for the team, not you. So as a rainmaker, I buy leads, but I buy them for the team. My business is all sphere of influence. My business is all database. Why? Because it has the highest conversion rate. Why? Because I'm not spending money to get it. I can meet people every single day and add them to my database without spending a dime. I'm not giving Zillow $1,000 a month. And here's what they don't tell you. Here's the fine print. That little lead they give you that you pay $1,000 for. 30 other agents paid $1,000 for that same lead. So by the time you call them, 30 other people have called them. And guess what? If those people are good at what they do, very well scripted, know how to have conversations that convert, by the time you call them, they're ready to sign something. How many times does that happen? If you pay for leads, you know it. So there's no such thing as a bad lead. Let's get that off the ground. You just don't understand how to convert them. And this is not a judgment. It's a reality. You don't need more leads. You need skills. You need sales conversation. You need scripts. You need processes. Leads don't convert. Systems do. Okay? All right. So the other thing is, remember I said you haven't made money yet. If you dropping money on leads, but you haven't made consistent money from the ones you haven't closed a deal, you haven't followed up with anybody, you haven't even done open house. Open house gives you access to free leads because even if nobody comes to the open house, the house that you have an open house is on a street with 50 houses. You could door knock every single one of those houses. 50 leads right in the radius of that open house. But guess what? That requires work. That requires showing up. That requires getting out of your comfort zone. Most agents don't want to do that. They want to just pay. Real estate favors the consistent. Real estate favors the hardworking. Real estate favors the one who wants to build a system. You haven't called anybody in your phone. My phone has 934 contacts in here. It's 934 leads. Even if they're not looking to buy, sell, or invest, I can call them. They got a coworker, they got a cousin, they got a family, friend, somebody in their circle that is going to have a real estate need. Why are we not calling these people? There's a principle in Second Kings where when this woman was a widow and she had to pay off a debt. And the prophet said to her, what is in your house? Let me tell you what buying leads is like. This is the equivalent. Let's say you go to the grocery store. Moms have done this all the time. Let's say you go to the grocery store. You go buy $1,000 worth of food. You put it up, you stock your refrigerator, then you go buy McDonald's for dinner. You got food in the house. See, we're bypassing the food in the house to go get McDonald's. That doesn't fill us up. That's not good for us. But that's what leads are. Leads are the ice cream, candy, the bulk leads. See, the nurture leads that I talked about in the video last week that you have to systematically follow up with and on purpose build a relationship with. And I say this all the time, real estate is nothing more than relationships and conversations. Last week, my video was about building relationships. This week, it's about conversations that convert. If you go to my website, theCEOofrealestate.com, I have scripts there for you to practice. If you're in our community, find a script partner. If you're in our coaching community, we have script practice every week. Be a part of it. Learn how to have conversations that convert so that no matter who is in your database, you know how to convert them, no matter who you come into contact with, wherever you come into contact with them, whether it's by phone, whether it's by introduction from somebody else, whether it's a paid lead source that you know how to convert them. And the last thing is it creates lazy business habits because then buying leads becomes a crutch and it teaches you to depend on somebody else rather than how to run your business. So if Zillow goes out of business tomorrow, then what happens? Your whole business dries up. I can't have my income be dependent on anybody like that. That's why I had to really learn how to convert leads. I'm not allowing sources to dry up on me. So I'm going to end with this. Real estate is a long game and market shifts expose who built and who bought. Get that. Market shifts expose who built and who bought. It's not about how many leads you get. It's about whether the business skills you have is strong enough to convert. Do you understand if you only want to have 20 closings a year, you really only need to talk to 100 to 200 people in the full year. It's understanding the right questions to ask at the right time, how to systematically follow up with them in a structured way, and creating a lead generation system that works like that will guarantee that you have those closings. You don't need a bunch of people that ain't going to buy or that's going to buy with somebody else and that ain't loyal to you. Also, when you build it yourself, you can scale it. If you want to do more, you can do more. And that's what this blueprint program. So I'm going to tell you, you want to sign up for the blueprint program, there's going to be a link here. But if you don't understand this aspect of your business, you're going to struggle. And this is why I created the blueprint. It's a systemized business coaching program for realtors that helps you get off the hustler hamster wheel. I don't just talk about mindset in the blueprint. I give you scripts, strategies, automation, ways to scale, walking through a lead generation lever with you. So you're not depending on paid leads to survive. You can build the kind of business that sells based on consistency. Apply today, and thank you for watching this video. If you got value out of this, share it with somebody that you think would benefit from it, and I'll see you in the next video.